Hey guys, how you doing? It's Rich, and we're back live with Attila, the medical marijuana gorilla. He's on with us, and we're watching Bitcoin crash live. Attila, man, what's up, buddy?
Hey, a little bit scary feeling, you know?
Oh, it's a rough day, man. It's a rough day. It's a rough day.
It is. I sold all my Bitcoin, put it back into fiat. Well, I had Bitcoin in my account waiting to use it, and I figured, well, this is happening. I'm gonna prevent any further loss of my Bitcoin, and I moved it out into fiat until I'm ready to buy it back when it starts to recover.
So, what do you think? Right now, that's probably a smart move. What do you think is going to be the recovery for Bitcoin right now? Obviously, they've been in a free fall since they hit 20,000, a high of 20,000 about a month ago. And now we see them at, looks like they're going to hit 10,000 while we are live here. So it's pretty terrible what's happening right now. So
it is. That's like $2,000, down $2,000 since the last time I checked on it, which was really 15 minutes ago. So it's tanking big time. So
what do you think? What do you think? Like right now, do you think it's a good time to buy, or do you think you should just wait, sit on the sidelines, and just kind of be a sniper, be a ninja, like we've talked about for a year now, and just wait on the sidelines and wait for the dust to settle? Or do you jump in right now and say, okay, everything's on sale, I'm buying now? What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I think everything's tanking along with it, so I'd get my money out of Bitcoin and just, keep an eye on it. And, while this is going on, I don't know if we can, just ignore the market. We got to kind of keep an eye on it. And when you see the coin reach a bottom, and I don't know where that bottom is going to be, I think that's anybody's guess there. I mean, there's talk of it going down almost as low as 4,000, so by some of the banks. So, we'll see where it goes. But, that's when would be the best buying opportunity when it starts to, move back up again. So, but, all you can do is just watch it and wait for that to happen. What else are you going to do? We're at the mercy of this bloodbath going on, right? So,
Everything is in the red. Bitcoin is down 17%. Ethereum is down 18%. Ripple, oh my goodness, down 26%. Bitcoin Cash down 20%. EOS down 18%. NEO down 25%. Litecoin down 16%. Ethereum Classic down 23%. Tron down 27%. Quantum down 25%. Bitcoin Gold down 22%. Binance Coin down 30%. Monero down 20%. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I don't see anything. There's one. Neblio is in the green, up 8%. Is the only thing I see in the green in the top 40. Wow. I mean, everything is in the red.
I went through the top 100, Rich, and at one point I only saw 2 coins in the green. And
QSP.
They were in the green, but very minimal,
QSP is in the green. I really like QSP, guys. Take a look at QSP. Anything that's in the green on a day like this is strong, has major power. So take a look at QSP, sorry. QSP looks like it could be a powerhouse because it's up on a day like this. Everything is in the red. I mean, a lot of things are down 34%. INK Inc. down 34%. And even the marijuana stocks today, let's talk about it. Since you are the marijuana gorilla, what do you think about the marijuana stocks? Yo, Tony Brown, what's up, yo? Tony Brown is on the stream, man.
Oh, wow, nice.
Blast from the past. What do you think about the marijuana stocks today, buddy?
Well, they've been up a little bit today. They're not going too crazy or anything, but they're not, exactly setting things on fire either. So, but at least they're up, from yesterday. So I kind of like that. There are several that are down quite a bit, like this news strike, and I think the news strike it's down only because of this this hostile takeover thing with Aurora, because Aurora really doesn't want New Strike to kind of come along with this CanAmed takeover. They would prefer not to have them, and I don't know why they say that. They must know something more than I do, because that New Strike deal, they just got their license, New Strike, so I thought they might be an asset to bring along board with the Aurora takeover. The CanAmed wants to take over New Strike, and Aurora wants to take over CanAmed. So, but New Strike is down like more than 50% from its high.
No, I know.
Well, I gotta tell you, Rich, it's because
we've both lost how many thousands in the last week? In the last week, we both lost thousands of dollars because we didn't sell our New Strike. For those of you that don't know the symbol of New Strike, it's HIP, HIP, HIP Resources. Also, and isn't the Tragically Hip involved in that stock?
They are. They were most definitely involved in that, and I just read an article there where these guys were making a last-ditch effort at trying to turn around the enthusiasm for the HIP, because they considered HIP to be a positive buy, but not by the numbers. I mean, it just kind of keeps going down. The Aurora shareholders, I believe they already voted on what they want to see happen with this hostile takeover, and I'm sure that's why we're seeing this their stock, Aurora stock, kind of going up a bit, because it's kind of positive. Everyone kind of knows that Aurora is going to, eventually get this, going to take over this CanAmed. So, but yeah, New Strike there, it doesn't look all that good for New Strike as far as the shareholders are now going to make their decisions, because it's been the security commissions have allowed everyone to vote on the outcome of what they want to have happen, and I'm pretty sure that Aurora is even the CanAmed shareholders are positive about wanting to be taken over. They see better value being acquired by Aurora than picking up New Strike. Although the CEO of CanAmed is making every desperate effort. Even as of recently, yesterday, they filed a lawsuit against Aurora. So he's making every possible effort to keep his job, essentially, because once Aurora takes over, say goodbye to that CEO. That CEO is gone, and let's face it, it's still kind of early in the industry. It's not even legal for recreational use yet here, although we know it's coming. And but it's very early in the industry, and that CEO is trying to keep his job. I mean, there's still a lot of money for him to make here in this industry, but either way, I think he's still going to do well, even if he's no longer the CEO of CanAmed. But I think the final outcome here, we're going to find out the real outcome at the end of this week, by the end of this week, because the shareholders for all three companies are going to be voting on what they want to see happen. And yes, the Tragically Hip are very positive about New Strike Resources, but we kind of saw this coming. Even the government's been talking about there's so many upcoming marijuana companies that there's going to be some kind of consolidation, right? They're going to start acquiring some of these other smaller companies, and we already see signs of that going on, where a lot of these bigger companies are starting to acquire some of these smaller companies. So, but the industry is going to be saturated with, they haven't even processed all the licenses the government has to hand out these licenses. There's so many more to process. I mean, they can't keep up with all the people wanting to get involved in the marijuana industry, right? So, and I think the next real big one, Rich, is going to be when in Quebec and Ontario, we are only going to be allowed to buy our marijuana from an LCBO type run by the government, but it's going to be a cannabis control board. And that's the only way that anyone in Quebec and Ontario are going to be able to buy their recreational marijuana. now those two provinces are actually looking for companies with the capability to supply a consistent amount of marijuana to these government outlets, these cannabis board outlets. So now they're kind of, I think we're going to see whoever gets that contract is going to be very happy. Unfortunately for Aurora, from what I understand, Aurora is not based in Ontario.
They're based in Vancouver.
So, yes, and so they're actually looking for producers, big enough producers to be able to supply the recreational market for the cannabis boards, these outlets that they're gonna come out with, because it's gonna be, you're not gonna have marijuana and alcohol under one roof. They're actually gonna set up these separate cannabis control board where it's only gonna be cannabis. You're not gonna be able to pick up a bottle of booze on your way out, you know. So it's
that's not true. I have a friend of mine who just got a contract from Shoppers Drug Mart to do to build all of their fabricated stores in Shoppers Drug Mart. So they're gonna literally have like these booths in the Shoppers Drug Mart and in the LCBOs in Ottawa. So you are going to be able to go to your LCBO and buy alcohol, and right beside it, there's going to be like a specialty like booth created for like almost like a cigar shop, like a cigar shop. They're going to have like a cigar shop in the LCBO. And my friend is a construction, and he got the contract to build it for all of the Shoppers Drug Marts and all the LCBOs in Ottawa.
Okay, so you got a little bit of a heads up on that, because
it's happening. It's happening.
I read an article that you won't be able to buy alcohol and marijuana under the same roof. So
oh, you will be. It's happening. It's happening.
Changed, right?
It's happening.
They said that this was only going to happen in Quebec and Ontario, and the rest of the provinces will do whatever they feel fit. I mean, in your area in BC, they're going to allow dispensaries to continue operating. So they're not going to come up with these marijuana control boards out in BC. So BC is already very well known to already have a very strong marijuana industry going on.
Well, I mean, pretty much over here, medical marijuana has been legal for a long time.
I mean, they have a
this is
marijuana
Amsterdam.
fair
This is Amsterdam. You guys saw my 420 videos last year. This year, my 420 videos are going to be way more epic. Because I just got way more connections now, so it's going to get way more crazy this year.
Yeah.
But, every year I anticipate our 420 videos will get better and better, because we're in the industry. We're talking medical marijuana. We're one of the largest YouTube channels talking medical marijuana every single day. In fact, our picks, your picks, my picks from last year have done very well. Very well.
Yeah,
what do you think? What do you think? What are your picks for this year? 2018. What are your picks?
You know what? I mean, I was big time in Fire and Supreme Pharmaceuticals, and their symbol now is Fire. And I think Fire has some very nice opportunity in the near future, because not only are they going to get uplisted onto the TSX, because they're on the ventures right now, and once they get listed on the TSX, then there'll be a lot more exposure. They're in the Marijuana Horizon ETF. But I think not only with the listing, but I think personally myself, I don't know this for sure, but they're probably going to be one of the contenders for the Ontario government to use them to supply a consistent supply of marijuana, because I don't know if people know this, but Aurora is buying marijuana from Fire.
Yes.
Because they just don't have enough marijuana to supply everybody. So, and they're also selling to other producers because they also don't have enough marijuana to sell for the demand that for their marijuana. So fire is kind of their business to business. I think is going to be worthwhile to them for quite some time, but I think eventually the markets will eventually catch up. You know, these producers will catch up to the amount of growing space they will be allowed to grow in. I mean, they're going to expand all their operations. I don't know. It's still government regulated. So, and whenever the government gives the green light to allow all these producers to grow more marijuana, I hope it's sooner than later, because they already know that as of the implementation date of the marijuana, recreational marijuana, they already know there's going to be a shortage. So they know that now already, because they know exactly how much growing space everybody has, and they already know that there's going to be a shortage to supply the recreational industry. So they're gonna ramp up these, all the hoops that these earlier marijuana companies had to jump through. These up and coming ones are not going to have such a difficult time jumping through those hoops. Not like they did last year, where even Supreme Pharmaceuticals had an issue with a nutrient, where they stopped production altogether of their marijuana because the government said, "Oh, you used the nutrient that wasn't on the list of nutrients that you were given." So it's very strictly regulated. Everything is very, and it should be, I guess. You want safe marijuana. There's no contaminants in it whatsoever, and they're concerned about what people are consuming, right? I mean, it's a consumable product. So, yeah, but I think later on they're going to ramp up the ability to grow in larger spaces, and doing that sooner, because they had to wait. Everybody had to wait until they got their next they graduate up to the next level of producing, the quantities or the grow space that they're allowed to grow in. So I think we're going to see them ramping up the times. They're going to give them earlier times to be able to grow in larger spaces. So I think as we get closer and closer to that July 1st date, they still got a bit of time to go, as far as I'm concerned. Though let's face it, it's at least 5 months minimum anyway.
Well, my strategy is make money in the cryptos, pull the money out of the cryptos, invest in marijuana stocks. What do you think? What do you think about? What do you think about that strategy?
That's an awesome idea, and that's what I pretty much want to do. I only converted my Bitcoin just recently into fiat, and I was thinking of just putting that into the marijuana stocks and wait till this bloodbath is over and then get back into the cryptos again, right? But yeah, I think you can't go wrong with putting your money into the marijuana stocks right now for like short term, I guess. And I don't know what you would consider for short term. I don't know, but let's face it, I think we're going to have to keep a close eye on the market as to what's going to be going on here. But I think we're going to hear some positive news for companies like Fire, Aurora Cannabis. I think Aurora is, the reason the price is going up for Aurora, because some of these other guys are, they didn't go up nowhere near what Aurora did today. But I think the news is going to be positive outcome for Aurora about the CannaMed takeover.
I hope so. I really hope so. It's scary.
Well, we can only wait until the vote, and let's face it, shareholders want to make money, right? And I think, to pick up, I look at it as do the math. I mean, you either buy a lower valued company like New Strike, or you get involved with New Strike, or you partner with Aurora. What makes the best sense? I think partnering with Aurora would be the best thing for CannaMed. But the CEO wants to keep his job, and he's doing everything he can to prevent this takeover. But I think, Aurora owns too many shares of CannaMed. The shareholders, even the CannaMed shareholders, want to see value for their shares, and I think the best decision for them would be to vote for the takeover of CannaMed. Even their own shareholders are going to want to see a partnership with Aurora.
Well, yeah, I mean, Aurora is the #1 company in the HMMJ ETF. It is the largest positioned holdings of the HMMJ ETF. I believe they have 16% of their holdings is in Aurora. So, you know, if Aurora goes down, the ETF goes down.
Yeah, absolutely. Aurora, I mean, I told you this over a week ago. I think Aurora is going to surpass Canopy, I believe.
Well, you and I both, like, Aurora is my #1 pick for 2018.
Yeah.
I mean, for anyone that doesn't know my holdings, I'm holding Aurora Cannabis, which is, these symbols are Canadian symbols. ACB, I'm holding Aphira, APH, I'm holding Canopy Growth Corp, WEED, I'm holding Suniva, SNN, I'm holding Matika, MMJ, I'm holding Abcan, ABCN, thanks to Attila, I'm holding HIP, thanks to Attila, HIP, I'm holding Fire, thanks to Attila, FIRE, I'm holding OGI, Organogram. I'm holding Leaf, LEAF, which is the company that we are talking about. I am holding HMMJ ETF, which is housing all the top medical marijuana producers. So I'm holding 12 of the biggest and the baddest companies in the world. Very happy about my position. Not really concerned about whether it goes up or down. Long term, I believe if you hold the best medical marijuana companies, you will win big based on the historical charts and based on the trends that happened last year in the marijuana industry. And if you look at the marijuana picks that we talked about, myself and Attila, a year ago, Aurora Cannabis was at $2. Today it's at like 12.
Yeah, I kicked myself in the ass for not buying it then, you know, like should have bought it then.
Canopy Growth Corp was at like $5 when we started talking. Now they're over 30. Aphira was, I remember when they were joining the TSX and we were breaking it. We were breaking the news first. They were joining the TSX. They were at $5, okay? Now they're over $20. So there's example after example after example of different companies that we broke first. There's the HMMJ ETF that we broke first on YouTube before anybody else on the planet. And we told everyone it was going to be a winner. It's over $20. We broke it when it was at 12, okay? So we broke all of these picks. But if you remember what happened last year, they traded very choppy. They were choppy. They were very choppy until October. They were choppy all year until October. And then in October, they exploded. Remember?
Yeah.
So I believe the same thing will happen this year, and the same thing happened the year before that. So it's happened 2 years in a row where you just load up on all the marijuana stocks, and in kind of September it starts, but in October it's rocket fuel, and these stocks just go haywire.
Yeah.
So we got to position ourselves now. We got to position ourselves now for that epic run because it's already been 2 years in a row. And I think this year it's like three times as a charm. We got to be ready for that. This October, we got to be ready.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. As a matter of fact, I think earlier than that, Rich, because, you know, July 1st, you know, October comes after July, but I think we're going to see a lot of real heavyweights jumping in on the marijuana industry once it actually, the reality of it sets in because it's implemented on that July 1st date. I think we're going to see a lot more banks investing in it. I think we're going to see a lot more institutional investors because right now they're still a little bit afraid, you know, there's a little bit of talk, possible delay of the July 1st date, but as of now, they're still sticking to that date. Mr. Trudeau, he intends on sticking to that date as of now. So I'm going with that July 1st date, and unless something dramatic happens with the government and they change their mind and if there's a delay for whatever reason, I mean, some of the provinces claim that, oh, they're not quite ready for the implementation process yet. And, you know, the way I look at it is you knew about this 2 years ago. What were you doing? Now you're turning around saying, oh, we're not going to be ready. You had 2 fucking years. And you're saying you're not ready? You should have thought about that a while ago. You knew this was happening, and but I think that Trudeau wants to stick to that date. I mean, especially because not only was the marijuana a big issue for him getting elected, he made that promise, and now he wants to stick to that date. Now that they came up with this date, and I believe he wants to stick to that date. I mean, in a lot of cases, they know that Ontario is ready to go, and yeah, they're still doing a lot of busting down here, and the dispensaries are getting busted. I don't know if you've seen in the news, but a lot of these dispensaries who want to operate independently, I mean, they're going to go after them, and they're going to go after them big time. I mean, look at that Emery guy. He just got a massive fine. I mean, he has the money, but I don't think people like losing $500,000 at a time. And they say that the fines are going to be up to and will impose $1 million fines for operating a dispensary.
Yeah, that's...
you're busted, right? So who can afford that?
That's just mental.
No one's going to stay over. No one's going to stay open. They're just not going to make enough money to be able to stay open. And who wants to spend your time in court addressing those matters, And so I think, here in Ontario, they're going to be pretty strict with the dispensaries, and they're going to make examples of a few. I keep hearing about them in the news. Another one the other day in my old neighborhood in Toronto, an area of Wilson Heights, where I was brought up as a child. They just raided some dispensary at Wilson Heights Dispensary, which I'm really surprised because that's kind of the northern part of Toronto, where it's a little bit, it's not, there's a lot of communities up there that are, it's not like going downtown in the city, you know what I mean? It's very rural, and I was surprised that they had dispensaries that part of Toronto, but anyways, yeah, these dispensaries are popping up everywhere, but they're also starting to close them now because they just don't want to deal with those kind of massive fines that they're imposing.
Well, yeah, I mean, they had to do something, right? Because nobody was taking them serious, so they had to go and implement fines, and who wants $1 million fine? I mean, here we are in Vancouver, and you could do whatever the hell you want, but meanwhile, in Toronto, they're going to implement $1 million fines. I mean, I don't understand it. But like I said, it's, governments are going to they're going to always draw lines, right? Drawing lines.
The government's protecting their interests too, because you know what, they're making $1 off of every gram, and that price might get even higher. I hear later they might want to make a little bit more money. They're talking about adding HST to that price, so you're looking to maybe possibly get up to $1.15 or something, for every gram that is sold. The government will reap the rewards of $1.15 from every gram that is sold. So they're protecting their interests by shutting the doors of these dispensaries, because you're taking money out of the government's pocket as far as they're concerned. So yeah, they're gonna implement these heavy duty fines on everybody to prevent you from keeping your doors open. I think it's enough for me to close my door if I had to. I wouldn't want to pay those kind of fines.
Well, you know what? For me as an investor, I'm going to be honest with you. This is the first time ever in history where you can invest in marijuana and you don't have to look over your shoulder. So as far as I'm concerned, I think that is a golden opportunity for me, and I am going to capitalize on it. And I intend to become a medical marijuana millionaire by the end of 2018. I want to have $1 million in my account, and I know I will. And it's because I've seen the trend. I've seen the chart. I'm going to work hard to accumulate as many of these good companies as I can in the ETF. I believe the ETF is a gold mine. If you buy the ETF, you will win long term. Yeah, you're going to lose short term. You're going to win short term. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be peaks and valleys. But if you buy the ETF, I believe that is a blueprint for success. And if you buy the ETF based on historical patterns and historical results, you will win. These medical marijuana companies will continue to grow. They will continue to go up. You will make money. You will win, and you will win big.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
That Cannabis Wheaton Corp, that's probably another one to keep your eye on, too, because it's like he's creating an ETF within himself, within their company, because I just see they just made another deal with it.
That's exactly what we're doing. It's like, okay.
Well, you've got your own friggin' ETF there, Rich.
Well, we all do. We all got our own ETF.
You've created your own, right?
Every one of us has the ability to create our own ETF. And Cannabis Wheaton, their business is they invest in medical marijuana companies. They're no different than me. They're no different than you. They just have more money than us. So who's to say in 5 or 10 years, as long as we keep investing in this industry, we can't be Cannabis Wheaton?
No, Cannabis Wheaton Corp in the long term will do extremely, extremely well.
And for $2.44, mark my words, you guys will see this video next year. Mark my words, like I said, and I predicted last year, as Rich Stradamus, with ACB, APH, WEED, OGI. I was right about all of them, guys, okay? And I'm going to predict this right now. This will be a monster. We're going to come back. Look at this. Cannabis Wheaton, CBW, and this will be at least at $10 by next year. At least.
Easily, Rich. What's all these companies? There are several companies that they bought up and that they didn't buy up. They bought.
You heard it here first.
And those companies are not producing marijuana yet, but by the time they start producing, all these companies that Cannabis Wheaton Corp has right now, a lot of them aren't even producing marijuana quite yet. They're still actually building some of their facilities. Like, for instance, they just bought another facility for a company they financed.
Well, do you know who their biggest company that they're partnering with is?
I believe it's Abcan, is it not?
That is correct. It's Abcan, which is another one of your holdings and my holdings. Let's pull up Abcan right now, actually. One of my favorites, thanks to you. I wouldn't even have known about Abcan if it wasn't for you, Attila. You broke Abcan before they were even public.
Yeah.
You broke them first, my friend. So I have to give you credit for it. I got to give you credit for Abcan. You were 100% correct when it came to Abcan. And Abcan is currently at $2.44. And when they went public at around $1. They actually went back down to around 78, 79 cents, where we actually bought some. Unfortunately, we sold, and then they've gone much higher. I just repositioned myself at around 160. They're now back at 240, so I'm up really nicely on Abcan right now.
Don't get rid of that one. Hold on to that Abcan because it's at 244, buddy. It's you bought it at 160. Wait till you see where that one goes too. Eventually,
Oh, this is another that's going to $10.
Oh yeah, easily. By next year, easily for sure.
500%, guys. You heard it here first from Rich Stradamus and Attila the Medical Marijuana Gorilla. Two amazing picks. CBW, okay, and Cannabis Wheaton, and Abcan, ABCN, both at $2.44. Funny how that works. But they are amazing picks. They are under $5. Both myself and Attila believe they will go up. They may go down short term, but long term, a year from now, you will watch this video, mark my words, and you will be like, oh my goodness, I should have listened to Rich and Attila.
Abcan, I gotta say, Abcan is really, really undervalued as far as I'm concerned. Rich, they've been around as long as Aurora, and you can't compare the two. I mean, one is kind of medically focused, but they've now finally taking a position in the recreational market. But Abcan was really focused in the medical field. But, they're now getting involved in the recreational because they finally seen the opportunity. But Abcan is always, Abcan was one of the first guys to get licenses. Did you know that?
I did not know that, no.
Abcam was one of the first guys, and they stayed private for so long, Rich, and that's why their stock, their value is down, is not up like an Aurora. They've been around as long as Aurora, but they stayed private for such a long time, and they finally saw the light. They finally got some funding, and that really kind of started putting them on the map because they knew in order to grow, they're going to need to get this funding. They finally got this funding, and now they're on their way to build the share price. And, you know, they are far, far underpriced. I think Abcan is such a good value for what it sits at right now. There's 244 I'm seeing it at right now, but
I agree. I think that we need to identify these winners early. And Abcan and CBW, HIP Resources, those three are absolute monsters. Harvest, HVST, is another one that I don't own, but I'm really looking at. Radiant Technologies, RTI, is another one that I've owned, I've sold, and I'm watching, and I want it as well. And I'm going to be looking at. So there's so many good companies, man. There's so many good companies. So I want to own them all, and that's my goal in 2018 is to buy them all. I want them all.
Well, you know, the kind of holdings you have, Rich, I can see you easily becoming that millionaire by next year, the end of next year. You know, you hold so many different marijuana stocks that you got your own ETF you built on your own, and they're all going to, you know, bring you some riches, every one of them.
Well, you know what? We talk about it all the time. We have a lot of the same holdings. I think I own all the same holdings you have. You probably have bigger positions, but I know you're in Aurora. I'm in Aurora. You're in HIP. I'm in HIP. You're in Abcan. I'm in Abcan. Yeah. Is there any other holdings that you have that I don't have right now?
Well, those are the three that I kind of stuck with, and you mentioned it earlier, but you know, I recently sold Newstrike. Because,
smart.
Yeah,
smart.
I sold Newstrike, Rich.
Smart.
Think Newstrike is. Well, I made money on it, right?
Of course, you were up. I mean, I should have sold it. I'll admit I should have sold it. I should have sold it. I made a mistake.
Well, when I heard the news, of this Aurora thing, and the shareholders are most likely going to vote for the Aurora takeover. Newstrike is kind of going to be left there in the dust, when the dust settles, and Newstrike will be standing by, just hanging in there on their own, because Canamed will be acquired by Aurora, and Aurora doesn't want that Newstrike deal unless somehow, some way, that it comes along. If the Newstrike and Canamed shareholders vote to keep Newstrike and continue with Newstrike, then that's a possibility, but not by the numbers that I'm seeing. I'm seeing that both shareholders are positive to want Aurora to take over the Canamed. So I think, I heard a comment being made, the blood is in the water already. Just allow the sharks to feed now.
Oh, definitely. All right, Attila, listen, I'm going to go live with David Moadel right now, my friend. Thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it, man. Keep your head up. Be careful in those markets. In the crypto especially right now, it's a bloodbath. Please be careful. Proceed with caution. And keep winning on those marijuana picks, bro. If you see any picks that you like, please let us know. Let the community know. We love your picks. Your picks were 100% correct last year. I'm sure you will be 100% correct again this year. And continue to win, my friend. Keep winning, buddy.
Thanks, Rich. Yeah, I focus a lot of attention on the marijuana stocks, although, you kind of got me involved in the crypto. But, yeah, I'm still very, very positive about the marijuana stocks, especially right now here with crypto, with what's happening with crypto. It's nice to be able to fall, to kind of back up your ability to make money by being able to invest in another area. And marijuana is where it's going to be in the next is where it's going to happen in the next year.
Well, I believe that both industries are going through a revolution, and to be a part of both industries is nothing short of amazing. And there's going to be a lot of highs and there's going to be a lot of lows. It's not going to be for the faint of heart. It's not going to be easy. No one ever said a revolution would be easy. But if we buy low and we look for good companies and we sell high, we will win. All right, my friend. Keep on winning. Keep on watching. Thank you for everything, Attila, man. I love your picks, bro. I love your insight. We sometimes argue. We have different opinions on different picks. But you know what? That's good. That's good.
Our opinions, right?
Of course.
And, I mean, we all have our own opinions sometimes. I have a different gut feeling than you have sometimes. And, hey, you know, you got to go with your gut sometimes, right? So
absolutely, buddy. Well, you know what? You're doing awesome, buddy. Keep up the good work.
I don't get into arguments with you, Rich. I just, you know, I have different points of view. You have a different point of view sometimes. So I just leave it at that. There's never ever any hard feelings in any way. You know, I'm glad I met you up with you over a year ago when you know I started following you. Rich, how many followers did you have when I first met you, Rich? I think there was like 20 people watching you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when you first started out, right? And
yeah.
You know, I've been with you. I've been kind of hanging in with you and following everything you know that you do and stuff. So yeah, and I still am. So.
Well, you know what? Continue doing the great work, my friend, and I'm sure 2018 will be a great year for you and hopefully for all of us. And let's continue to have updates. Anytime you have any news you want to talk about, let me know, and we can go live and we can let the people know.
Okay, yeah, for sure. If I see some newsworthy events taking place or something, I'll definitely run it across your path, and you can decide if you want to talk about it on air, and we'll take it from there.
All right, my friend. Have a great day.
Okay, bud. Have a great day.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
That is Attila, the medical marijuana gorilla, and we have a special guest coming right now. The one and only David Moadel. You guys ready? Let's do this. We just getting started on a Toonie Tuesday. I say Toonies because that's all we can afford now because the market's in the red. If you don't know what a Toonie is, it's $2. It's a $2 coin here in Canada. It's called a Toonie. It's the way we roll here in Canada. As you can see, all the bloodshed. Let's see what Mr. Moadel is up to.
All right.
What's up, man?
All right, Mr. Rich. Are we live right now, Mr. Rich?
We're live on my channel. We are.
All right. We are live on Rich TV and Rich TV Live. How you doing, sir?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing?
You know, I'm doing great. First of all, because I'm in a program that is immune to cryptocurrency crashes, and we could talk about that. But, you know, I'm watching the cryptos. I see them on the screen behind you. Am I worried? I'm not worried. I'm guessing you're not worried either. What's your state of mind right now?
I never worry. First of all, I never panic. What's my state of mind? My state of mind is buy more, bro. I think you know my state of mind. It's always the same. You know, when things go down, you buy more. I never panic. You know,
right.
I'm an investor. I understand the game. And I understand that there's going to be highs. I understand there's going to be lows. And when things are down, that's when I want to buy. So that's what I'm doing. I'm buying. I bought Cardano yesterday. I'm going to be buying more. I'm going to buy more and buy more and buy more. And that's all I do is buy. So when things are in the red, as a disciplined investor, these are the days you buy.
Right. That's exactly right. I know that Rich doesn't sell, or at least you didn't sell. Do you still have that policy where you just buy and you don't sell when it comes to coins?
Yeah, I haven't. Well, that's not necessarily true. I actually did sell all my coins.
Okay.
And I sold them at the highest point, which I feel pretty amazing about. I sold all my Bitcoin at 17,000. I sold my Litecoin at over 300. I sold my Ethereum. I guess it wasn't at the high because Ethereum has gone higher, but I sold Ethereum at around 800. So I did pretty well selling all my top coins, all my top holdings. And then the only thing I bought was Ripple at 30 cents average cost. I bought $3,000 worth. At one point it was worth 30 grand about a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago to be honest with you. It was worth 30 grand. It's probably worth about 14 now. So
Yeah.
maybe less because it's literally going down by the second. So am I worried? No, I'm not worried. I mean, if Ripple goes down lower, I told everybody if Ripple goes under $1, I'll buy another 5 or 10,000 more Ripple.
All
So
right.
that's the way I think. I honestly just never panic. I mean, my marijuana stocks last week were on an epic run on Tuesday. My account went from like 70,000 to 102,000. Most I'd ever had in my marijuana stock account, to be quite honest with you. And I was really happy. I had my finger on the trigger finger, like literally on the trigger. I was like, sell it all, Rich. Just do it. But you know that greed on your shoulder? The greed?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy was there. And he's like, no, Rich, don't do it. It's going to go up. It's going to go higher, Rich. You're going to be a millionaire overnight, Rich. So I didn't sell. And then it went down. So my account literally went from 102,000 down to 75 grand in 3 days. It went from 102,000 on Tuesday down to 75,000 by Friday. Then yesterday it went back to 80. Then this morning it was back to 85. And I'm thinking, should I push that trigger? I was so close. Right. And then they went back down again. And I was like, oh my goodness. And that's what the markets does to you. But no, man, the answer is I haven't sold anything.
Right. I
haven't sold
anything. How, to people who are watching this, that's how Rich is. If you want a mentor that doesn't panic at the worst possible time, get on the WhatsApp group with Rich. You can talk to him directly. I mean, we're talking, Rich, you're on what? You're checking your WhatsApp, like 16 hours a day, something like that? I don't know. You're on there all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the WhatsApp group is taken on a life for itself because, I'm not even on there. And then I go and check it, and there's like 500 messages. And it's,
I've seen
1,000 messages. It's like, wow, it's taking on life for itself. So
but you're in there
I try to be in there, but everybody knows who knows me that I try to be, and probably you too, actually. And I'll give this to you, David. You are one of the most accessible YouTubers around. I try to be one of the most accessible YouTubers around. I try to be accessible to my community. I don't run and hide. If the market's in the red, I'm not running and hiding. In fact, I'm live streaming. Yep.
And you're like me, where you answer all the YouTube comments and YouTube, comment section questions. And you're not, of course, you're not going to be on WhatsApp 24/7. You got to sleep at some point. And I know you have a family and all that good stuff, and you have a life, but you are on there. And so if you're watching this and you're not part of Rich's WhatsApp group, just go to WhatsApp, type in, what do you type in? Rich TV Live, and it'll probably take you there, right?
Well, you know what? The best way to do it is actually go to Google Play. We are going to be on Apple, and you can download our app. It's the Rich TV Live app on Google Play, and you can download our app and you can join our conversation.
There you go. And so when things are not going the way you want them to, and you're thinking about selling at the worst possible time, which would be like right now, for example. Okay.
Yes.
Then what you do, you need somebody to comfort you a little bit, or just let you know, hey, it's going to be all right. Again, Rich doesn't tell you what to do. He doesn't tell you sell now, don't sell now. We cannot do that. Neither Rich nor I, we're not licensed or registered investment advisors. You have to make your own decisions, do your own research. You do what you got to do. But if you want somebody to let you know, somebody who's been doing this, somebody who's been in the game for a while, and who has seen downturns before, who's seen pullbacks before. Maybe it's your first time that you bought cryptocurrencies and you're experiencing a sizable pullback for the first time. It might be a little scary. I know the feeling. When I was young, and my first investing experiences as a teenager was, the first time. I know you remember this experience, I'm sure, Rich, when you were much younger. You made your first investment, and your first big pullback. Your first big negative 10%, 20%, 30%, 50% maybe. Do you remember that feeling? I'm sure you do.
Of course, yeah. I feel it daily. I feel that daily. I remember when it happened then, and it still happens now.
Yeah. But that when it was your first time or first couple times, it was scary. It's like, wow, I got into this game expecting to make money, and now I'm down 20%, 30%, 50%, whatever. Okay. But Rich, now that he's had plenty of experience in cryptocurrencies, and of course he has decades of experience in stocks, real estate, things like that, so he's been there, done that, and so he's not going to freak out. And if you're in the WhatsApp group or whatever, you're communicating with him, however you're communicating, you're getting that feedback where it's like, hey, I've seen this before. relax. It's going to be all right. Don't sell at the worst possible time because then you'll regret it.
Yes.
Folks out there, you know how it is. You
Yes.
probably know the feeling when you hit that sell button for a big loss. Then what happens right after you hit that button? It goes back up, right turns up. Around, up the roller coaster again, and now you're even more angry. And you're thinking it almost feels like they're watching you, whoever they are. Okay, the market makers, or well, that's stock talk. I guess in cryptocurrencies, the whales are watching you, whatever that is. That's a term I learned from High on Coins or whatever. By the way, High on Coins right now has about less than 14,000 YouTube subscribers. I'm going to be passing him soon, and Rich is going to be passing him pretty soon. I can feel it. All right, he's already got what 11,000 I think you have on your on that one YouTube channel. Then you have another YouTube channel, and you got a couple of YouTube channels. So you're going to be passing Max Lee, who does nothing but stream all day. I don't know when he goes to the bathroom. I don't know when he eats, but he just streams all day. And yet I think you're gonna be passing him pretty soon, which I never thought either one of us would have been able to do that, 6 months ago even. So our growth has been amazing, and I'm really excited about this. So what are we looking at behind you right now?
This is the price of Bitcoin. It has really fallen over the last 24 hours. It has hit, I believe, a low of, let's see here, 11,120. So right now it's at 11,470, 11,490. So it's really on a bear run of epic proportions. And not just Bitcoin. I mean, everything is in the red. Yeah. The entire market is in the red. So I was live because I just thought, man, I got to talk about this. This is nuts. I mean, I don't know if you could see this, but everything in the top 10 is red. And not just a little bit in the red. We're talking double digits red. We're talking everything is more than 15% red here. Yep. That is a market crash, okay?
I would say so. I would say so. I mean, Ripple getting a 26% haircut in one day so far. It could get worse. We don't know. Could get better. We're talking about Bitcoin.
It's only looking bad right now for Ripple.
Yeah,
but you know it's funny.
We're talking
you know what's funny, Dave? You know what's funny? You know what's funny, though?
What's that?
You might think I'm twisted, but I actually like it. I mean, call me twisted.
You know what?
Call me perverse. Call me a reject, but as an investor, I actually really enjoy this. I do. I do. I love it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I absolutely love it.
To be in this game, you have to be a bit of a masochist, or maybe even a little bit of a sociopath.
Yes, because these are the buying opportunities I've been waiting for. Like literally every coin I've wanted to recently buy is now at a price that I would think or consider buying it at. And this is what I've been waiting for. Now, am I in a cash position to take advantage of it? No, because I have a lot of my assets tied up in real estate, BitConnect, BitConnect X, marijuana stocks, which I refuse to sell. So because of my strategy, sometimes it's not the best strategy because I'm not in a cash position all the time because I'm holding right now. I'm in a holding pattern, even with my real estate too. I'm holding everything right now. So sometimes I wish I was more willing to sell. I was kind of thinking about selling earlier today, and then I would have been in a more of a cash position. But that would have been my marijuana stocks. And then at that point in time, I would have definitely considered moving a lot of money over to buy more Ripple and some of these other coins. So it's funny, like sometimes I'm selling my marijuana stocks to buy my crypto, and sometimes I'm selling my crypto to buy my marijuana stocks. But I'm trying to sell what's up to buy what's in the red. I want to buy when it's in the red, and then when it's in the green, I want to sell it. But I don't want to sell my marijuana stocks right now because I think there's just so much more upside. I literally look at selling marijuana like selling like gold bricks. I don't want to sell those gold bricks. I want to accumulate. So I'm looking for a day like this in the marijuana industry, and I'm looking for days like this in the crypto industry. These are the days where I want to buy. Okay. And if you're an investor and you've been looking to get into crypto, I know that there's Tony Brown's been watching today, and he's like, "Oh, I think today's the day to get in." That is brilliant. That's exactly what you got to be thinking. If you want to get into crypto and you've been waiting for a chance to get into crypto, these are the days to get into crypto. These are the days to get into crypto. Now, people say, "But Rich, Ripple, it's going down. How can you like it? My average cost is 30 cents. Unless it's going to go back to that price, why would I consider buying it? Now, if it gets under $1, I will consider buying it because I want to add to my holdings, and I believe it will go up long term, $5 or $10. I believe by the end of 2018. So I believe this is an amazing buying opportunity if you're looking to get into coins like Ripple. But because I'm in at 30 cents, I still don't want to buy it at these prices because it's still higher than what I bought it for. So this is my catch-22,
It's your dilemma. That's a dilemma. For somebody who got in at 30 cents and now where Ripple is $1.23 thereabouts, let's say it goes back to $1. Do you buy more? That's a problem I would love to have, okay? And I think most people would love to have. And if you watching this had listened to Rich back then when it was 30 cents and he told you to buy it, you'd be in this problematic quote-unquote situation yourself. But, okay, so it pulls back to $1. What do? I say buy a little more because then you've got a dip within an overall uptrend, if that makes sense. You've got a stairway to heaven, I call it, all right? you got a staircase. Up, down a little bit, up, down a little bit, up, down a little bit. We're talking about the 1-year chart, the 5-year chart, the 10-year chart. Well, it hasn't been around 10 years, but you get the idea. So yeah, I would buy some more if it hit $1, if that's your price target. If you're waiting for 30 cents, you might be an old man with a gray beard, which I'm starting to get a little bit myself as I grow older. You may be an old man with a cane, waiting for it to get back to 30 cents. You may have to have a more realistic target. $1 is as good a target as any. People like those big round numbers with zeros on the ends of it. So, okay, I would buy a little more. I wouldn't mortgage any of your properties to do it necessarily, though.
Yeah, I think that's my plan right now. Unfortunately, the tool that's been giving me my cash flow is BitConnect. I'm going to be quite frank with you. And unfortunately, BitConnect has been having DDoS attacks. And they've been under attack. And they've been having maintenance and website issues. And because of that, I am not as liquid as I normally am because typically the liquidity that I get is from BitConnect, and which is what makes BitConnect so amazing, and which really is kind of showing me how powerful BitConnect really is because typically I'm getting 10,000 a week and I'm just using that to buy my alts. I'm using that to buy my marijuana stocks. But right now, because they're having maintenance problems and they're having server issues, I'm not able to move the money out of the exchange this second, so I don't have the cash flow that I normally would to buy all of these different alts or marijuana stocks, which once again goes back to how amazing BitConnect is and why I love it so much and why I believe it's the best platform on the planet because what it does, it gives me cash flow, so I don't have to sell my cryptos, so I don't have to sell my marijuana stocks.
My favorite aspect of BitConnect, and people, you need to go below this video and check out the BitConnect link if you're not in it already. It took Rich 6 months to convince me, but he finally convinced me, and I'm so glad he did to get into BitConnect. So click the link below in the description of this video for Rich's BitConnect link if you're not there already. BitConnect is great for that reason. The main reason I like it is because on days like this, when the cryptos are crashing, I'm relaxing. Okay, I'm just chilling. I get my daily interest payments every day. I get them on weekdays. I get them on weekends. I get them on holidays. On Christmas, you'll get an interest payment. On New Year's Eve, you'll get an interest payment. All right. So now sometimes they may be less than 1%. Like today, for example. That's okay. You know what? Even if I get 0.01%, that's still better than negative 20% like you see in a lot of those cryptocurrencies.
That's right.
BitConnect is immune to red days. You won't have any red days. You'll have only green days. Sometimes only slightly green, sometimes very green. I've gotten 1.5% payments some days, okay? Some days are less than 1%. It all averages out to a little bit less than 1%, and I'm fine with that. That's still massive returns. If you get 300% per year, you're beating the market. The stock market, the S&Ps, earned 20% last year for all of 2017, and that was a really good year for the S&P 500.
That's enormous.
That was a banner year.
Yeah, that's enormous for the S&P. Wow.
That was unusual. Yeah, usually 8 to 10%, and that's assuming there's no recession happening at the moment. In the S&P 500 in 2008, you would have lost 50%. So it's also in the year 2000, 2001, you would have lost a lot of money. So people sometimes have little questions for me when they're signing up for BitConnect. They say, Dave, is it safe? I say, you know what? Let me ask you this. If you were you trading in the year 2000? Were you trading or investing in the year 2008? If you weren't, then you have no idea how unsafe the stock market is. You have right now, bonds are doing horribly. The US dollar is doing horribly for currency traders. There is no completely safe investment, really. Bonds may feel safe, but they're losing value right now. If you bought bonds and now bond yields are going up, that means your bonds are worth less and less. I'm not going to give a whole thesis about how bonds work, but don't think bonds are completely safe. Don't think stocks are completely safe. Don't think real estate is completely safe. I know that Rich was, you know what it was like in 2008 in the real estate market. People got crushed. You must have heard a little bit too. I'm sure it happens.
I've had highs and lows in stocks. I've had highs and lows in cryptos. I've had highs and lows in real estate. I mean, you're going to have highs and lows in life. You're going to have highs and lows in your personal life. You're going to have highs and lows in business. You're going to have highs and lows. That's just life. But the market really does mirror life. And just like how the red doesn't last forever, the green also doesn't last forever. So you have to understand that. You have to understand that the markets do have gravity. And you got to realize that, and it's something I got to get better at too. I mean, I should have known a week ago. When your account is at a point where it's bigger than it's ever been, and when the market's at all-time highs, and all the marijuana stocks are at all-time highs, or all the cryptocurrencies are at all-time highs, and it's just so high that you just can't believe it, you probably should be selling.
Yeah, and you don't have to sell everything. Sometimes people, I coach students on finance, and they say, should I sell? I'm up 50%. I'm up 100%. I say, well, yeah, but if you're not comfortable with selling, then how about sell half? Okay, take half off. That way you win either way. Because if it goes up more, you still made more money. Okay, because you only took half off. You left the other half in of your position. If it goes down, then you feel good because at least you took half off. All right, you didn't lose all of it. So you can scale in and you can scale out, and we're talking about scaling out right now. That is a possibility. So but I'm enjoying the BitConnect profits, and you know what? I'm looking at getting into some HMMJ. I'm looking at because Rich a couple weeks ago made a video on my channel. And I was very fortunate to have him, and I hope to have him on, regularly every couple of weeks. Hopefully next week, we'll see. Where he recommended buying HMMJ, which is a marijuana ETF. It's got a lot of the big ones. It's got most of the really huge names on the Canadian side of marijuana stocks.
That's correct.
He said, buy some, hold on to it. Since that video came out on my channel, people who listen to him have made some nice profits. The question now is, do you keep holding it? I'm going to guess Rich says yes, but do you take half off? Do you take a third off? Do you hold on to it? Are they like gold bricks where they're just going to, keep making money for you in a solid, consistent income type of way? What's the play now?
I believe that the marijuana industry is my safe haven. I will take everything I make in 2018 from any business I generate, and I'm going to put it into the marijuana stocks because I believe so much in this industry. With the growth in the industry, the fact that it's becoming legalized, the only thing I can compare it to is when alcohol was legalized. And I just believe that if you position yourself to take advantage of a industry that is being regulated, is being legalized in Canada as of July the 1st in that date, I just believe that October of 2018, it's going to be rocket fuel for this market. If you look at 2017, October and November of 2017, all of my picks, and look at all of my picks of October and November of 2016, you will see an interesting trend. The entire year, these markets just choppy, and then September hits, rocket fuel. October hits, rocket fuel. November hits, rocket fuel. And then same thing. January, February, choppy, choppy, choppy. Summertime, really choppy, really slow, dead, flatline. And then as soon as the summer hits, after summer's done, it's like, I don't know what it is. September hits, they start to get life. And then October hits, and they just rocket fuel. November, rocket fuel. So I'm going to be ready this year, David. It's happened 2 years in a row. This year, I'm going to be ready. I will have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the ETF. I'm going to spend the entire next 8 to 9 months just loading up on all of them. And when October hits,
boom.
Get ready, brother. It's going to be... I do not go against the trend.
Yeah.
I do not go against the trend. I follow the money. Success leaves clues. It's been 2 years in a row.
Right.
It's going to be 3 years in a row, Dave.
Okay. It's interesting there's this seasonality to it, a seasonal pattern that you found.
Yes.
2 years in a row, which is not a huge number of years, but still, if it keeps happening, why fight it?
Do you want me to prove it to you?
Yeah, no, I sure. I'd like to see, because that way I could be ready for what's coming in 2018. If there is a seasonal pattern, it's good to know these things. It's good to be aware of, maybe we can expect it to go up during certain months of the year. No guarantees, of course. No one can predict the future, but if something keeps happening, you don't want to fight, like Rich just said. Don't fight the trend. Ride the wave. If you're a surfer, you don't want to fight the current. You want to ride the wave. Go with it. Let it carry you. And that's exactly what we're doing here. HMMJ, for those who don't know, that's the Horizons Marijuana Stocks ETF. It's an exchange-traded fund. It's like a mutual fund. You get, I think, around 20, I think it is, a whole basket of stocks in the marijuana sector. You get the big ones from Canada, Aurora, Afria.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Check
Canopy Growth, all those.
Look at this.
See.
Look at this.
Here's Aurora.
This is Aurora, okay?
Yep.
Now, do you see this spike right here? Oh.
Yeah.
You see the spike right here?
Yep.
That is November of 2016.
Okay.
That's a spike, right?
Yeah.
Now look at this spike. Now this was this November. It was at $2, David.
Yeah.
$2. Yeah. It went all the way up to 14.
Oh my Lord!
It's now back to 12.
Why didn't I buy it then? Well,
but do you call that? Do you not see the spike? This is when it was way cheaper. This is a huge spike. It doesn't seem like it, but it was at a much lower price. So this was the first year. This was the second year. What do you think is going to be this year, Dave? After they all become regulated and they become legal in Canada. These are all companies in Canada. These are Canadian companies in Canada. This is year 1 spike. This is year 2 spike. This is Aurora Cannabis. Let me show you the evidence. Because remember, I only like to bring you guys the truth. I don't like to give you guys BS. I only like to give you guys the truth. Okay? Aphira. This is stocks. Aphira. Here we go. Let's look at Aphira now. A-P-H. Here it is. Exact same thing, David.
Yeah, there it is. November and November.
Look at that. Look. Am I?
Yep.
Am I doing anything special here, guys? Am I doing anything special here, guys? All I'm doing is showing you guys the proof, the evidence, the truth. What there are trends, okay? And if you don't follow these trends, you will not win. And I'm going to tell you, I made mistakes too. Look at this. Massive explosion, same time, November. Look at what happened. Look what happened. It was at $6, David. November hits, rocket fuel. But look at what happened. It started in September. It was dead, flatlined all summer. Remember I told you, flat, dead all summer, just dead. Especially near the end of summer, dead. September hits, oh, we have a little bit of life. And what happened was I was holding this whole time thinking, man, this is boring. And then what happened was it started to go up, and I thought that was it. I got out here on all of my stocks. And then they came down. I thought, oh, I was good. I did good. They came down. And then rocket fuel, David, from $6 to $22.
Oh, my Lord. Wow.
300%. 300%, David, in 1 month. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. You need to be ready for this. It's not going to happen when you think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen when everybody's saying it's going to happen. It's not going to happen when the experts are saying it's going to happen. It's not going to happen when I say it's going to happen. It's going to happen when the market makers decide to make it happen.
Yeah, true. Very true.
When they decide to make it happen, I'm going to be in the game. Are you going to be in the game? That's the question. It's the exact same thing in the cryptocurrency. Bitcoin will be back. Ripple will be back. They're all going to have their runs. When they have their run, the question is, are you selling? Are you taking advantage of it? Are you buying it when it's at all-time highs? Or are you selling at all-time highs? Ask yourself, are you buying here and selling here? Or are you buying here and selling here? Don't be silly, okay?
Right.
You want to buy low, sell high, and you want to take advantage of these runs. I'm bringing you winners based on fundamentals, based on licenses by the Government of Health Canada, based on real revenue that these companies are projecting, and then on a quarterly basis, they are filing these revenues. They are transparent with their revenues. These companies are monsters. I will continue to buy them. I will continue to talk about them. I will continue to feature them on my show because this is helping people make money.
Yeah.
I don't care how many people are watching Rich TV Live, David. Honestly, I don't. I don't care how many subscribers we have. I don't care how many views we get. I will put my picks up against anybody else on YouTube. Mano a mano. I will put my picks head to head against anybody on YouTube.
Right.
I will challenge anybody with my picks because my picks are based on real fundamentals.
Yeah. I like it. You're filtering out the noise. You're filtering it, all those little day-to-day predictions. This analyst says this, that other analyst says that. Honestly, I don't care what Morgan Stanley says is going to happen. I don't care what Goldman Sachs or whoever, Credit Suisse, whatever they think is going to happen. I'm not concerned about Deutsche Bank. Yeah, they're usually wrong anyway, or they're lagging indicators. Those analysts will say something is going to go up after it already went up a lot. Correct. What Rich is doing, he gets in when the action is boring or when it's down. Okay.
Look at this. This is Canopy Growth Corp. Exact same chart.
Same chart. November and November. Rocket fuel both times. Does that mean 100% for sure it's going to happen like that in 2018?
Look how it starts. September, October, November. Look at this. Look at this, David. September, October, November.
Yep.
If you don't see that pattern.
Right. Like, we cannot guarantee it's gonna play out like that in 2018. But if something keeps happening, then you're working with probabilities. You're saying, it'll probably go up at some point late in the year, okay, because it has. So you get in when it's sagging, you get in when it's boring. I would love to have gotten in the summer, in July of last year. Look at the chart there. You see July at its low point, at its most, June and July, its most boring point.
And it will do the exact same thing this year. It will lull us all to sleep. And what I'll be doing is I'll be working my ass off in the summertime, and I'll be buying them all.
There you go. That's.
I'll be buying them right here, guys.
Yep, he's telling you.
Them right here.
He's trying to tell you. Summer is a time when people, they go away for the summer. The market makers and the brokers and the investment advisors, they're on vacation. They're with their kids. They're with their family. If you don't believe me, look at the volume of the stock market. Look at the S&P 500 volume. It's way down during the summer. That's normal. And so you're going to see prices like that, and you're going to see volume go down. That's not the exciting part. All right. Now, I will say this, though. In 2018, this year, there is Canada Day, in which recreational marijuana will be legalized in Canada. I believe that's July 1st. Am I right?
Well, everybody's saying July the 1st. That is Canada Day. But they are not. Trudeau, our Prime Minister, has already come out saying that they do not know where that day has come from. They have not set that as the day. They are saying it will be in the summer. So it could be before that day. It could be after that day. But I promise you this. We will bring it to you live, and we will bring it to you first.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are what Rich TV Live really is, guys, is we are a platform that wants to bring you guys freedom. I'm a freedom fighter, okay? I want to bring you guys freedom. Whether it's crypto, whether it's marijuana stocks, I want to bring you guys the truth. I want to bring you guys freedom, okay? I'm not going to sit here and be a clown. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to help you win. When we lose, I lose, okay? I'm a real person. When we lose, I lose. When we bleed, I bleed. When we win, I win. When we win, we all are successful. So ultimately, my goal is to help everybody win. Is to help everybody win in cryptos, help everybody win in stocks. It's not going to be easy. But over the long haul, over the long term, when you look back at this video, and you can see all my videos in 2017, I said this over and over again. And I made a lot of predictions that came true. I made guarantees, actually, that came true. I guaranteed that OGI would go up. I guaranteed that Afira would go up. I guaranteed that Canopy Growth Corp would go up. I guaranteed that Aurora would go up, and they did.
They all did. Yep.
So how was I able to make those guarantees? Based on fundamentals. Based on the fact that I knew that they had licenses. The fact that I knew that they were growing. The fact that they were building massive facilities that aren't even built yet. So what do you think is going to happen when these facilities are built? And they are able to grow their production capacity by 100 times.
Yep.
These multiples are not based on actual, real revenue today. These are based on 30 to 40 times multiples. So what that means, guys, is these are based, these real statistics, these numbers, these prices that you're seeing are based on the fact that Canopy is going to be making 30 to 40 times more. That's where they're trading. They're already trading at 30 to 40 times multiples.
Yeah, yeah. The stock market is forward-looking. Not a lot of people understand that. They think that the price now reflects what people think about the company now. No, it reflects what people think is going, where the company they think is going to be a year from now, 6 months from now, something like that. All right, it's a projection, and so yes, a lot of the growth is going to be priced in, and so when you end up buying high, and then maybe it could be what do they say in the stock market? They say buy the rumor, sell the news. Okay, but if you've got solid fundamentals, then you're investing like Warren Buffett. He actually goes and gets on a plane and visits the factories of these companies. Now, you and I might not have the time to do that or be able to afford it to jump on a plane like that. You know, he happens to be a multi-billionaire, so he's got some advantages over us. But what you can do is you can watch Rich TV Live. You can do your own due diligence, do your own research as well, which I highly recommend, and check the fundamentals of the company. You know, so, yes, we see the stock charts on Rich TV and Rich TV Live, but he's not just looking at the charts. He's checking out the company. He's watching the news. He's finding out, is this company consistently profitable? And more importantly, is there growth potential for the company? All right. And clearly there is. It's been shown year after year that if you pick the right marijuana stocks, don't be picking the crummy ones. Okay. Right. Don't be picking the marijuana stocks, the one that just cropped up yesterday and is copying everybody else. Rich invests in the huge ones, the 800-pound gorilla in the room, Canopy Growth. Okay. That's what Jeff Friedland calls it, the 800, because it's the big one. Afria, Organogram, MedRelief, things like that. Aurora, of course, we just mentioned that. And by the way, these are all in HMMJ.
That's right.
So you can get them all at once if you want to. In America, it is HLSMF, by the way. That's the equivalent. There's also another one, MJX, which is another ETF for marijuana stocks. A little bit newer. But still, you know, I spoke with Jeff Friedland recently about, I asked him in one of my videos recently, what do you think of HMMJ and what do you think of MJX? He said, I'm bullish on both of them. I like both of them.
100%.
And this guy does this for a living. He goes and he goes to conferences. He speaks with the CEOs of these kinds of companies. So he knows a little bit about these things.
Just more imagine being in the beginning of the tobacco industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's where we're at. I mean, the amount of things that cannabis does, CBDs, as far as helping people with like all kinds of diseases, cancer, seizures, headaches,
Yeah.
issues.
Have you
with
seen that
eating,
video?
pain.
There's a
I mean,
there's a
it's
video
it's
on
it's a
YouTube
magic.
which you can
It's a
find.
magic.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
magical
yeah.
herb. Like, let's be honest. It's a magical herb that has thousands of uses,
Oh, yeah.
thousands of uses.
Right.
And when you really think about all the use it has, and you think about all the potential it has, and you think
Yeah.
of all the things that it can do, and you think about the fact that Canada is becoming the leader, the world leader of recreational medical marijuana.
Yeah.
I
It is a
believe
leader.
this is a
Yep.
golden era for investing. I believe this is the best time ever for investing. And yes, there will be ups and downs. But if you're able to stomach the ups and downs, then the next run that comes, when it does happen, let's say in November of 2018 or in the start of September, it will start in September. You want to make sure you're ready for that. You want to make sure you're positioned for that. So these dips in the market, these are your opportunities to position yourself for that next epic run.
Yeah.
And at this time next year, that's when you should be selling.
When it's at the highs.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
It's
That's what I'm
psychologically-
learning. That's what
yeah.
I'm learning. What are the two things I learned from 2017? I'm going to tell you guys.
Yeah.
Not to sell too early, because that's just as bad as selling late. You know, because you're leaving money on the table. And I left a lot. A sick amount of money on the table. So not to sell too early, and do not buy penny stocks. They're just a waste of your time. So I've learned that in 2017. You will not see me talk about penny stocks. I might do one here and there as a speculative, just like it's like the lottery, right? But I'm not going to put my hard-earned money in penny stocks ever again, especially when I have the ability to buy Canopy Growth Corp. I have the ability to buy HMMJ. I have the ability to buy Aurora Cannabis. I have the ability to buy MedRelief. I have the ability to buy, so many Organigram. There's hundreds of companies on my radar right now. Why would I go and buy some penny stock under a penny that might not even be a real company, that most likely doesn't have a license and might never get a license?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. And I did it in 2017, and I pretty much lost almost every time. And I won when I bought the good ones. And when I look back at my track record in 2017, I say, wow, winner, 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 loser, loser, loser. Okay, where did I lose? I lost on gold stocks badly. I lost on penny stocks badly. I lost on the penny cryptos badly. Where did I win? I won buying all the top 10 cryptos. I won buying all the marijuana stocks in the ETF. So what am I going to do in 2018? I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to buy all the marijuana stocks in the ETF. I'm going to buy all the top 10 cryptos, or anything that I really believe has the potential to be a top 10 crypto. And I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to invest in BitConnect. And I'm going to do ICO reviews. And that is working for me. I'm going to stick to it. I'm not really going to stray from it at all.
Yeah, and that's as good a policy as any, because you're weeding out the things that didn't work last year. That's a mistake a lot of people make. They say, oh, I'm going to keep trying it because it's ego. They think, I can't be wrong. I won't allow myself to believe that I was wrong. I spent a whole year being wrong. I can't accept that. Well, you know what? Cut your losses short.
That's right.
Accept that you made some mistakes. Okay. All right, you bought some chain coin. It didn't work out. Whatever. You also bought these things that worked really, really, really well. That more than made up for it. Definitely more than made up for it. And so you're going to refine your tactics, your strategies for 2018. It's a new year. Cut out all the junk that you did that wasn't so great and start doing the things that work, and then change it up, make it better for this year. Rich still had massive profits last year, and he's willing to admit that he did a little chain coin there, did a little bit of penny stock stuff here, and that didn't work out, but that was such a small part of his portfolio, he didn't even feel it. All right. He was mostly in the big marijuana stocks. He was mostly in BitConnect, which he's getting paid a lot of money on, by the way. He was mostly in the big cryptocurrencies. Rich recommended Ripple, and it's gone up so much I can't even. I'm still stunned by how much it's gone up since you called it. He's been calling Bitcoin the mothership, and he's been right, because when you recommended Bitcoin, it was what, a few $1,000s,
2,000,
and then it went up to 19,000, something like that. Am I right?
It was at $2,000.
$2,000. Okay, so it went from 19,000 to 11,000. So what? He bought it at $2,000. Good Lord. We should have these problems where, okay, so maybe it's a 10 bagger instead of a 20 bagger. I'll deal with it.
I think the biggest thing that we have to learn is that when we're up and our accounts are up so much that it's almost hard to believe, we have to hit the sell button.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't like to tell people to sell, because I don't like to sell. But honestly, guys, everything I have in my life is because I've sold. So at some point, you have to sell. So you got to know when to sell. And even myself, I'm still mastering this art.
Yep.
I wasn't as good at it in 2017. I want to be better at it in 2018. But I'm always trying to learn from my mistakes.
Right.
If last week I had a chance to sell and I would have made a huge return, and I didn't, then this week, if my account goes back to that number and I don't sell, then you know what? I shouldn't even be trading. That's the way I look at it. Because realistically, if my account goes back to that 102 mark again, and I don't sell, and then it goes back down, then I shouldn't be trading. So I'm ready now from those. I'm learning about the charts and the patterns. So if it goes back to that level, which I believe it will, and probably beyond it, but this time, I've already said, I've set my goals. So next time it gets to that number, I will be selling.
Right.
That's what I've learned from my mistakes already, is it's patterns, and it will go up to those numbers. The only time I'm holding without selling is when it comes to September again. September, October, November, December, I won't be selling. I'll be holding at that point. But between now and September, for sure, I'll be buying low, selling high. I'll be buying the dips.
Right. Absolutely.
Because I believe it will be choppy. I believe it will be choppy.
Yeah. Oh, of course. And we got to ride those chops out. We got to, don't get shaken out. The market, they'll shake newbies out of the tree. You'll get shaken out if you don't know how to handle the roller coaster that is cryptocurrencies, which is a much more intense roller coaster. I come from the world of stocks. And so, when you've been investing in Coca-Cola and McDonald's and Disney for years, and then you're like me and you're new in cryptocurrencies, it's like, wow, this is a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
Days like this don't happen in the stock market, except, no, actually, it just doesn't.
No, it doesn't. I mean, this is normal for crypto to see these ridiculous crashes. Like, this is normal. Yeah. But in the stock market, people would be jumping out of buildings if this was happening right now. So, this intense. Is not normal for the stock market, but for crypto, this is it's just a normal day.
Yeah. Right? You might see this in penny stocks, maybe, but I usually, I don't do a lot of penny stocks, but maybe a few, but, and you'll see Rich and I do sponsored videos. You'll see us investigate an ICO. Which, sure, that's speculative, but, we investigate it, we look at it, we let you know what we think of it. It's up to you to buy it. But as far as what's in our personal portfolios, we tend to go with the top 10 or top 20 in the cryptocurrency space. We have a tendency to go with things like Ripple, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, things like that. Cardano. Rich, I think you mentioned Cardano a while back. How's that coming?
Cardano. I bought Cardano yesterday. It's funny that you actually mentioned that. I bought Cardano yesterday, and it's down. So
well, I mean, everything's
since
down,
I bought it, it's down even
Cardano,
more.
it wants to be the next Ethereum. I think that's what they're going for. That's what I hear. I mean, what's special about Cardano? What prompted you to buy it yesterday?
Well, when I say yesterday, it was this morning. The market was crashing, and everything was down. So I thought, time to buy. I've been looking at Cardano for a while, and I thought, you know what, it's time for me to pick it up. But I'm scared to see what it's at. But I bought it at...
Well, you just got into the trade. I mean, it's going to happen.
I'm not down that much. I got it at 64. It's at 60.
All right.
I mean, I'm not down much. But, it's... Everything's down. So, like even Stellar, I picked up Stellar like a week ago at 64, and now it's down to 44. I picked this up this morning, like 2 in the morning at like 64, and now it's at 60. I mean, everything is down. So, it's a time to buy. Like I said, these are the opportunities to buy, and I'm going to continue to. So I'm not really too worried. And even Stellar, if it goes down more, I'm going to buy more because I really like Stellar. So I like a lot of these companies. I'm not concerned about these dips. Like I said, these dips are nothing short of another buying opportunity for us to position ourselves at a lower price.
Yeah, I know that Coinbase right now does not have Cardano. It does not have Stellar Lumen, Zcash, so on and so forth. Maybe someday, all right? But they're a little bit slow to get into that game. They're lagging. I know that if you click on Rich's links below this video in the description of this YouTube video, you can get on Binance, on Rich's link that has a bunch of them. You can also get on KuCoin, Kucoin. Check out Rich's link below. They got a bunch of coins that are unusual and that you may not see on other exchanges. So go ahead and click on those. By all means, check those out. I signed up under Rich's link for KuCoin and for Binance, and I'm looking. Now I'm not hampered by the limitations of Coinbase, where you can only buy 4 different ones. Coinbase is easy, but their fees are kind of a little higher than I'd like them to be, and they're a little restrictive.
There's one thing I like about Coinbase, and I think is actually kind of brilliant. They have 4 of the best coins, and I respect them for that. They're protecting their investors. They're really getting investors in the best coins. They're getting them in Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So you're kind of forced to buy the best when you're in Coinbase. So from that perspective, I really like Coinbase. They've really protected their investors against ICOs, against scams. So any investor that is invested in Coinbase in 2017 has made money.
Sure.
I mean, from that perspective, I think it's brilliant.
Right. But eventually, if you've been in this game for a while, if you've been in for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, you're going to want to be able to do other things. You're going to want to be able to expand probably, or maybe not. I mean, that's up to you. But if you want to try Monero, if you want to try Cardano, things that Rich is looking at right now, Stellar Lumens, and so on. My girlfriend, Wendy, hey, Wendy, how you doing? My girlfriend, Wendy, is interested in Zcash, but she cannot purchase that on Coinbase. And so that's a source of frustration. I see Zcash is number 15 in terms of market cap. It's in the top 20. And actually looking at right now, it's not even down that much compared to the other ones. That could be a sign of strength. Same with Dash. Dash is barely down at all compared to the other ones. That could be a good sign. So if she wants to get into Zcash, I don't blame her, but she's going to have to get on Binance, KuCoin, one of those, maybe Kraken. I know that if you go on richtvlive.com, click on, what was it, the cryptocurrency link at the top there, I think it says, or the exchange link, I think it's exchange. You get a whole listing of some of the most popular exchanges, and it's under, what is it under? Is it under trading or cryptocurrency?
Well, we got lots of things under trading. We got lots of exchanges and different tools for trading. We got all the different exchanges. You can buy Bitcoin and buy cryptocurrencies under cryptocurrency. We've got Binance, Quadriga in Canada, Coinbase, KuCoin. BitBuy is a great place to buy Bitcoin. Local Bitcoins is a great place to buy Bitcoin right now globally. CoinMama, CoinSquare, Paxful in America is a great place. Bittrex is my favorite exchange, but they're not taking any new customers. They're overwhelmed. Polyonics is another good exchange. Kraken is overwhelmed right now with DDoS attacks and all kinds of problems. Livecoin, another good exchange. Cryptopia and Gemini. So yeah, we got lots of exchanges there. We also, I'm also doing a lot of ICO reviews, and I've got a couple reviews that I'm doing right now. You can look at that I'm actually looking at right now. So I got a review section, and I got a services section that you guys can take a look at. You can see BitConnect, TokenPay, whole bunch of different coins. Services, ICOs, different companies that I'm looking at. So Rich TV Live is kind of like a one-stop shop where I try to put all my eggs in one basket so you guys can kind of see what I'm up to, what we're doing, why we're doing it. And I'm probably going to create a marijuana stock link. I'm actually thinking. I just thought about it, actually. Now, I don't even know why I never even thought about it, but I'm going to create a marijuana stock link. I'll put all the top marijuana stocks that I'm owning, and I just thought of it. And I'm going to put that on it today. So
that'd be great.
I'll put all my holdings in there, and people can see it. And that way it'll be like an updated holdings, so people can see my holdings. Why not?
Right. I like that idea. A marijuana stock link up there, or part of the menu. Put marijuana stocks resources up there. some research perhaps, I think would be really cool. And some links to your videos, of course. I would love to see that. But yeah, and you got a sports section up there. I know nothing about sports, but I'm learning. I'm getting into UFC a little bit. You know, when I'm feeling frustrated, watch some UFC, watch some cage fighting. Why not?
Yeah, we got.
I know
got
that in Canada, where Rich is, yeah, there it is. NFL, NBA, all that good stuff.
We got direct links to NFL.com, NBA.com, NHL.com, MLB.com, FIFA.com, UFC.com. Okay. Everything is right here. We're a one-stop shop, guys. So everything is here, and we got all the contact links for all of our social media here. So, I mean, we're trying to build this for you guys. If there's anything that I need to add to this to make it better, to make it more functional, more operational, please just let me know. I'm building it myself, so I can add whatever essentially you want me to add, I can add to it. So, yeah, you know, I'm everything I'm doing is for you guys. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for you. Because without you guys, I don't have as many eyes. The reason why I'm able to find a lot of winners is because of the community. And having hundreds and thousands of people looking at a stock or looking at the market is helping me find more winners in both the crypto and in the stock market. So it's just nice to be able to be a part of a community of winners and have a community of people that are looking all the time. And I don't have to always be looking. I could be doing an interview and then I check on my phone and, oh yeah, Rich, you got to look at this pick. It's up 100%.
Yep.
It's nice to have that. It really helps. I believe it's going to allow us to all become better traders and hopefully allow us to have more freedom, which ultimately at the end of the day is the only reason why I'm doing this, David.
Yep. Yep. It's all about freedom. You know, money isn't everything, but it allows you to sleep a little better at night when you have multiple streams of income coming in. All right. So, and, you know, I know that Rich has not only the BitConnect income coming in a big way, but also his marijuana stocks are making money. His altcoins are making money. His real estate and stock holdings are making money. Okay. So if one thing crashes, he's got 5 other things working for him. He doesn't have to do the website. Rich does not get paid to make that website. And I know it costs money to make a website. He just puts some money in, you know, he put his time and effort into it because he wants to. Nobody's getting paid to make this video right now. That's okay. He wants to do it. No one's paying him to be on WhatsApp for hours every day, helping people, coaching and advising people on WhatsApp. He does it because he wants to, and it's growing. How many people are in the WhatsApp group right now? Over 100 at least, right?
I don't think we're over 100. We're like 90-something, 94.
Almost 100. Almost 100. So, and you didn't start it that long ago. It's growing. It's getting bigger and bigger. So we got to get people. Yeah, we got to get more people in there.
I'm part of about 10 WhatsApp chat groups. So that's just one that you're aware of. There's about 10 that I'm a part of. So my phone's just going constantly. And it's just, there's just groups. You know, I've got some just for marijuana stocks. I got some just for, you know, cryptos. I got some for Rich TV Live. I got some just for friends. And so there's just always conversations, information, marijuana stocks, cryptocurrencies, real estate, ICO reviews. I mean, we're literally busy 24/7. So I'm too busy to think about the prices going down. And then when they go down, I'm just thinking, okay, I got to make more and buy more. That's honestly the way I think, Dave, because I believe we're in a golden era for marijuana stocks and cryptos. And I believe that if you buy the top 20 cryptos and marijuana stocks over the next 10 to 20 years, you are setting yourself up to be very, very wealthy and have a lot of freedom.
Right. But you have to do it in the right way. Don't just buy random altcoins thinking everything's going to go up. Don't just buy when things are super high already and now you've got the FOMO. You got the fear of missing out and you're the last one at the party when the food's stale and the beer is gone. Okay. So you got to get at the right time. And Rich is helping people every day. I don't know anybody else who's popular. I don't know anybody else who has 10,000 plus subscribers on YouTube who gives out this much free advisement and helps people for free this much. It's really a benefit to the community, both here in the United States and over where you are in Canada. It's really exciting. I hope people will check out richtvlive.com, sign up on those links, check out those ICOs. You know, get involved. Otherwise, you're going to come back to us in 5 years, 10 years. You're going to be like, man, I'm still working for a living, you know, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. I don't have any passive streams of income. I wonder where my next paycheck is going to come from. I got bills. We all do. And by then it's never too late, but you'll be like, man, I should have listened. So listen now, not later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, it's just one of those things where, it's never too late, guys. Just set up a trading account, go to your local bank, set up a trading account, tell them I want to start buying stocks. Your bank will set you up with a trading account. You'll be able to buy stocks right from your trading account. You'll be able to transfer them right into your account. And I will give you my picks for free. And I'm very confident that those picks are going to be winners long term. If you are the type of person that wants to day trade, they will go up and down. There will be highs and lows. But if you're more of a value investor like Warren Buffett or like me, or like David is, more of a long-term investor, then you want to buy low, hold, let the company grow, let the company mature, let the company develop, and then when you see substantial returns and you see the company is at a 52-week high, that's when you have to be willing to pull the trigger.
Yeah, yep. That's how it works. Yeah, you got to be able to hold through the tough times to get to the good times. We saw that chart of all the marijuana stocks that Rich just showed us, Aurora and, Afria, all those. And during the summer, those are some tough times last year. June, July, not only was the price low, but it was boring, which can really test you. It tests your resolve and your patience. Day after day, week after week, month after month. When is the price going to rise? Rich said this will go up. This will go up. He said so. Oh, I'm holding. Man, just hold on, because then when nobody, as Rich said, when nobody thinks it's going to happen, we saw that rocket ship in November. So, straight up. So
it'll happen again,
man.
It'll happen again. Yeah. The question is, will you be on that moving train?
Yeah. Or will you look back at it and end up buying after, which is not the time to do it. So, man, this is exciting. I'm hoping to have Rich on, my channel next week, even possibly. I mean, that would be great because Rich is. It's just been a few days, or maybe a week or a week and a half, something like that, and you've gotten well over 1,000 views on that one video. It's like 1,200, something like that, and I think it was like 50 thumbs up and 0 thumbs down.
Wow.
or like 57 thumbs up and 0. That never happens, by the way. You never get like 50 thumbs up and 0. It's always a couple of haters, but
especially with me. Especially with me. I got a lot
Especially
of haters.
with Rich. Rich has some former haters. I don't know if they even exist anymore. They might have packed up and moved on. I hope so.
Dave, when you're the only guy in the world giving away free picks, you have a lot of haters.
Yeah. A lot of people, you're stepping on some people's toes who want to make money off of those picks,
That's
who want to, claim those picks as their own, charge money for it for some subscription service or something.
That's correct.
Which, I mean, it's fine to have a subscription service. A lot of people do. But with Rich already making a lot of money, he doesn't need to charge for his picks.
I always said from the beginning, you guys can go to my channel. I've always said from the beginning, Rich TV Live is not about how many subscribers we have. It's not about how many views we get. I couldn't care less. It's about helping the people. And that's what Rich TV Live is about. And one thing that I'm really proud of more than anything else, David, is I get messages almost every day now from people that are saying, Rich, man, more than anybody else on YouTube, you've actually helped me.
Yeah.
You've helped me make money. I've made money on your Ripple pick. I've made money on your Bitcoin pick. I made money on your Litecoin pick. I made money on your Ethereum pick. I made money on your marijuana picks. Thank you. Not only did I make money on your picks, I now know how to trade. I now know how to look at stocks. I now know how to read charts. I now know how to look at level 2. I now have a account to buy Bitcoin thanks to you. And that is so overwhelmingly amazing to hear that from single moms, single dads, retirees, students from all over the world. I had a lady yesterday send me a message saying she's buying stocks in marijuana. She wants to know where to buy marijuana stocks in Spain.
Wow.
I told her I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm sorry, because I'm not in Spain, but I can help you if you're in Canada. I can help you if you're in America, but I honestly don't know how you buy stocks in Spain. So I'm like, you got to ask your bank. You got to talk to your bank, and I'm talking to the Spanish lady. And I'm sitting here going, wow, like, we've really grown, It really hit home. I was like, man, I'm helping people in Spain buy marijuana stocks. So
Yeah.
Honestly, that's all that matters to me, David. I don't care.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are clowns on YouTube, man. Let's be honest. And they've got way
Right.
more subscribers than me. They've got way more views than me. Are their picks better than mine?
No way. No way.
So that's what I care about. That's all that really matters to me. And I mean, at the end of the day, I don't own YouTube. I don't own social media. I don't determine how many views I'm going to get on YouTube, how many subscribers are going to subscribe, and how many likes people are going to click on. All I can do is keep giving people winners. But one thing you're going to learn about me is I will never panic, and I'm never scared.
Right, right. And that's the name of the game. And you're helping a lot of people. Spain, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I get emails. For those watching this who don't know, I have a YouTube channel, and I get emails from veterans who told me that I helped them. I'm sure you get the same thing. I mean, you know, war veterans, people who need another source of income, and they're thanking me. And I'm like, wow, you know what? I'm going to keep doing this no matter what, no matter how many haters are out there. I don't get that many haters for whatever reason. I don't know if it's a personality thing or what, but you know,
well,
it's cool.
I think it's definitely a personality thing. You're a very lovable guy, David. I'm a very opinionated guy, and people don't like that. I tell it as it is. People don't like that. I'm giving away picks for free that people are charging thousands of dollars for every month. People don't like that, David.
Right.
I call out people on their bullshit. People don't like that. So at the end of the day, what are you going to call me on? My winners?
Man, they got nothing else, and so they're going to find ways to hate. They're going to, you know, whatever. Let them hate. It's all good. They bring you views. They bring you clicks and views. So it's all good.
Like I said, and I'll say it again. I love YouTube. I love you, YouTube. But I couldn't care less how many subscribers we have, and I couldn't care less how many views we have. I spend more time on the phone talking to my subscribers, I will guarantee it, than any other YouTuber on the planet. I will go head to head with any YouTuber. I spend more time, when I get off this video, I'm back on the phone, in my group chat, on the phone, with my community.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm proud of, Dave. Honestly, that's the thing I'm the most proudest of. I don't care how many subscribers everybody has. This is not a competition. There's a lot of YouTubers that seem like they want to compete with me. You know, like you made a comment about Charlie Lee. And not Charlie Lee, Max Lee.
Max Lee, yeah.
I don't want to pass Max Lee. I'm not in a competition with Max Lee, and I'm not in a competition with you. I wish Max Lee the best. I love Max Lee. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, no, sure.
I love your channel. I think you're fantastic. I don't think I will pass your channel, David. I don't think I will be as popular as you on YouTube, David, because
you're gaining on me.
You are very no, but you're a very popular guy, David, because you're a very likable guy. I'm the kind of guy you either love me or hate me. Let's be honest. So that's fine. You know, I'm okay with that because the people that like me, they really like me. You know, they know I'm an easy guy to talk to. They can call me, and when they need me, I'm there. And then if you hate me, then I'm easy guy to hate because I'm out there. You know, I'm out there. Yeah. I'm fighting for BidConnect. And a lot of guys don't like BidConnect. I'm fighting for Ripple. A lot of people don't like Ripple because Ripple is the bank's coin. But you know, I always say to people, I'm not a politician. I'm an investor. And if I think that my community can make money on Ripple, I'm going to tell them they should buy Ripple. So there's a lot of things that I do that maybe rub people the wrong way, and I totally understand that. There's a lot of people that rub me the wrong way too. So what I do is I don't watch them. So I would suggest that if you don't like me, just don't watch me.
There you go. It's a free country. Whether you're in Canada or the United States, around the world, you have the freedom to watch or not watch. Well, maybe not in North Korea. Maybe you don't have the freedom, but almost everywhere you have the freedom to watch or not watch, and to choose Rich's picks or not to choose Rich's picks. Hey, you know what? You want to play it safe and keep your cash in a mattress at home. Okay, you know, that's totally your choice. I'm making money with Rich's picks week after week, month after month, year after year. I'm so glad I got into BitConnect. I'm so glad I investigated HMMJ and MJX and the marijuana stocks. What can I tell you?
Get a mentor. I have one more for you. HMJR.
HMJR.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so HMJR is a new ETF that is being created by HMMJ. So what they're doing is they've determined they don't want to take the smaller marijuana companies and put them in the HMMJ ETF. So they're creating HMJR, which is a Horizon Medical Marijuana Junior market for the smaller holdings, the 70 cent to $1 holdings, or the $1 to $2 holdings. So I think it's going to be really good, and I'll be buying it too. And I like MJX. I will be buying MJX too. I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. I will buy anything that I believe has potential in this industry. That is my goal. I want to own it all. And what I'm going to do, and I just thought about it today, I'm going to create a marijuana section of Rich TV Live, and I will put all my holdings on there. And what I'll do is I will, as I add to my holdings, I will just update it and I will add it to the site.
Okay, that's a great idea. Another way to access Rich's picks. I mean, how many more ways do you want? The WhatsApp app, these YouTube videos. You'll see Rich on my YouTube videos every couple of weeks. You got the. What else do you want from Rich? What else do you want? He's giving you his picks for free.
They want my blood, David. They want my blood. No one's ever happy. You know they always want more. That's the way it goes.
They always want more. A couple of shout outs, if I may. I'll just take a second. Wendy, hello, babe. I love you. Epic Hustler, Team Epic. Check out that channel. All right, if you haven't done it already. Man, he just passed what, 3,000 subscribers already? He's going to catch both of us pretty soon.
I told him, it's like I say all the time, David. I only watch 3 guys on YouTube. When I started this, I watched everybody. But now that I know what I know, I only watch 3 guys on YouTube, David. That's you, Epic, and Joey.
And Joey Rocket wants to say, hey, what's up, Joey Rocket? I don't communicate much with Joey Rocket, but, hit me up, through Rich's link. And, we'll put you on my channel, too, if you want to. Because, I want to get the best minds of the crypto space, the BitConnect space, all that good stuff. I leave it open to anybody who has an interesting point of view. All right. And very good. I think this has been an amazing episode, Rich. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's time to go back to work. Go back to hunting those winners. Go back to finding those winners. Go see if I can find some winners in this bloodbath. So once again, David, thank you for joining. Thank you for doing this live stream here today in this bloodbath. I hope you continue winning. I hope you continue watching, everybody that's watching. Please go and subscribe to David Moadel on YouTube. You can find him on Twitter. You can find him everywhere on social media under David Moadel. You can find him on Facebook. What I'll do is I will also put a link to his YouTube channel in the description of this video once I've done editing this video. And once again, David, thank you for joining us, man. Always a pleasure. You are the man. Keep winning. Hopefully, we'll have some more updates on BitConnect soon. Hopefully, next week, we'll have a massive week on BitConnect too. And everybody else, just go on vacation. Don't stress it. Don't worry about the red. Close your laptops. Close your computers. Have fun. Make money. That's what I'm doing. All right, party people. This is your boy, Rich, saying peace. Thank you, David.
Rich TV Live. Ha ha ha.